Oh my gosh, you guys. Sorry it took me so long to get here. Yeah, we've had a little bit of drama this morning. My daughter was, look at this. What the hell's going on here? What the hell is that? My hair is sticking straight up. Um, I should recall the title of this and call it the mess stream. Yeah, we had a little drama when I set this up. My daughter was going to work as a barista. Hold on. And she got smooched by a driver that was high as a kite. Are you high tonight? Are you feeling all right? That guy was feeling all wrong and smooched her car. So we got a call, and I had to go calm her down and look into it. It's so funny how people get, I think, women a little bit more than men. Although there are some drama queens out there that everything, like a little situation, becomes like a massive situation. And so she's like, it's making a weird sound and it's pulling to the right and all kinds of stuff. And I looked at the car and there's barely a scrape on it. Like, once you kind of just do the hand swipe and then you see there's like one scrape, and it cracked her license plate, holder. But other than that, it was all fine. And of course she's doing okay and everything, but it was kind of a hit and run. So she was a little freaked out. Rightly so. I guess peer pressure and the people in the parking lot put pressure on the guy so he wouldn't take off. So she did get his license plate number, and I guess they by just sheer mass in the parking lot, put pressure on the guy to pull out his ID. So she got a photo of his ID as well. I think that's how she figured out that the guy was pretty stoned. She made it sound like he was high, like smoking pot, like docile versus drunk. Even though some people get pretty docile when they're drunk. I don't. I get angry. No, I don't. I'm fine. I was just kidding. Don't get crazy. Get scissors ready. Yeah. Wow, this is weird. I feel like this is a weird stream already. All right, hey everyone, welcome to Hack Studios. This is where I do all my art and craziness and hang out with you guys. So welcome one, welcome all. RT Bear here, 35-year comic book veteran. So how about that for an intro? You guys thought you saw everything, and now there's this. We got a bunch of people in the chat. So hey, Flying Saucer, what's up? Yeah, it's all my fault, dude. Yeah. So I was late getting back. I set this up and then got the phone call and then the drama. So I got back as quick as I could. Hail, brethren. Oni64, how are you, brother? We got Mighty Joe Young. Hey, we got Roland. Yo, boy. We got D Geek Art. How you doing, my sister? Hail Art. Hey, Borrow Ideas. Only the good ones. I'm trying to help brand your I Borrow Ideas. He only borrows the good ones, though. We got Todd's Truth. Speak it, brother. Hail Art. D Geek Art. Oh my gosh, Mandy. Okay, she's okay. It's funny because I went down there and she's like, oh, it's making sounds, all this other stuff. So I took it for a test drive, and of course, no sounds and no pooling. The car is absolutely fine. And she's so funny because she's going, it's not fine. Look, the bumper's off. This is, and I'm like, no, it's all fine. She goes, there's more space on this side than there is this side. And I'm like, it could have been the way they built the car. Like, you didn't check everything to this degree before this guy hit you. And I said, it's all within a margin of being okay. I'm pretty good at seeing that stuff. I got a little bit of, what is that? Where you're like that attention, where you can pay attention, but it's not like things that are important. It's like little stupid things. Like, I can tell if something's off, like somebody moves something, or, just dumb little details. So I'm pretty good at that stuff. And I didn't see anything. And so I went under the hood and started looking. It's kind of an intake guard for the radiator, and there's sides of it, and it's like through the grill. So basically, when the car moves, the air will just kind of go into the radiator versus all throughout the car. So it'll help cool the radiator. So there's like these flaps on the side, and one of them was a little loose. It kind of moved, and it could possibly be making that sound. But I looked at where the mount was on the top, and there's like when things move, there's like scraping, and there's a worn spot. So there's a worn spot on where it mounts. So I think that has been an ongoing problem. I don't think it's a problem from this accident. So anyways, I gave it a clean bill of health. We'll see how it goes. Hold on for a sec. It's allergy season, so I don't like to do that live for you guys to hear. Yeah. She's okay. Everything's fine. I think she just got shaken up, and she's like me, man. Like if somebody wrongs somebody I know or love, it's almost like you feel like this over sense of justice, like he hit me and he should pay. And sometimes like you find out in life that there's just nothing you can do. You just got to kind of suck it up, because if she went to the insurance company to get that thing buffed out, it's going to her deductible is going to be more. The guy hit her. He was high. He tried to hit and run, but try to prove that, you know what I mean? Like it gets frustrating because, sometimes people can get away with bad behavior. And I think that's what pissed her off the most, is that this guy, kind of, did this thing and then just didn't seem to give a crap about it or have any remorse or anything like that. And he tried everything in his power to get away, probably because he was high and didn't want any kind of scrutiny. He probably had a bunch of pot in the car, some kind of illegal substances as well. But I thought she handled it really well. These things teach you kind of how to handle people and situations. And they remind us that the world isn't a perfect place. I always say there's like an illusion. There's an illusion of control in the world. All it takes is one person to not run a stop sign, or, to do something like an unthinking act, and can kind of have ripple effects and screw things up in a big way. So for the most part, I think as humans, we do get along pretty well, and we do obey the laws. But time to time, there's people like today that remind us that it's not a perfect place. And there are assholes in the world. Definitely. Hey, Pedro, what's up? Afternoon chat. What's up, Art? Paul, what's up, man? We got everybody. Everybody's hanging, man. We got Candace. What's up? Oh, man, is that your kid? It's adorable. What the heck is... That's a weird watermelon. I don't know. That might be... There might be something weird going on there. Only in California. I don't know, man. I think people get high all over the place, but maybe. Drama the hell, you say? Yeah, it's weird because, like, also in life, you have to figure out what's real drama and what's kind of built on top of the drama. You know what I mean? As human beings, we like to exaggerate stories sometimes. And so for me, as being a dad, you got to be kind of that anchor, and you have to be solid. So I have to kind of figure out what's real drama and then what isn't, and sometimes it's really, really hard because I can get emotional as well. High on the dust, maybe. Oh yeah. From what she said, he was high on something, man, smoking the wacky dust. So she called forth a mob. Very impressive. Well, I'll tell you, man, it's funny because where she works, the coffee shop she works, they work crazy hours. And I'm telling you, man, I had no idea coffee shop workers, baristas, work that freaking hard, man. She puts in this is like a 24-hour coffee shop. So she puts in some crazy hours, and she deals with some freaking lunatics, man. Yeah, that whole entitlement era, which, by the way, I just want to back up. There's my generation that raised the entitlement era, so I don't blame the young ones or the young, for acting out the way they do, because they were raised with participation trophies and told that their shit didn't stink. We told Amanda that her shit really stunk a lot. So she's still a product of her time, but she can see through some of the bullshit and the entitlement. I'm not going to say we did a perfect job, but we did the best we could. And I think that she's not quite that. Yes, she did call the mob. The mob rules. Is she all right? Yeah, she's okay. Thanks for asking, Mighty Geek Studios. That's a great name, by the way. Candace says, "Oh my goodness. Well, glad to hear she's okay." Yeah, I think she's a little shaken up, but I think it was more shaken up by the fact that the audacity of this person to hit her and then to try to keep going and get away. It's kind of like I look at cars like because some people think like they're behind like a car, and that normal etiquette doesn't apply anymore because you're kind of enclosed into this cocoon, and you don't see it the same way as like if you were waiting in line at the bank and then somebody full on like bumps into you, just rams into you and rocks your world, right? Almost knocks you on your ass. And then they just take off walking, that's kind of the equivalent of this. But people get behind the wheel of a vehicle and they don't think like human interaction should still take place. Like, hey, I'm sorry, I hit you. Here's my insurance. I'll take care of it. It was all my fault. Just like basic, just human interaction. And when we don't get that, like she didn't get that today, it rocks your world, especially when you're young. I mean, when you're older like me, it's like I'm reversed. Like I don't expect anybody to be nice to me. I expect everybody to be shitty to me. So if somebody's nice to me, then that rocks my world. Then I'm like, oh, this is the good part of life, right? This is the icing on the cake. But when you're young, I think you kind of have expectations. God, my hair's a mess. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm trying to like straighten myself out. It's kind of like when you look in the camera, it's like looking in the mirror. Yeah, I got to get past that. So we got Robert. How you doing, Robert Romano? Good to see you. We got Spirits Car to hassle me in the chat. What if it was a joint lace with PC? Well, it could be. I'll tell you. I think I smoked PCP once. It's not good, man. Don't. This is my cautionary tale. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. And don't ever do crystal meth or crank. Hey, Art, what's up? Life happens, Art. It's okay. Yep, it sure does. And I think this is just one of those. I think these things are good for young people to experience because it also kind of lets them know that this is how people are and that these things can happen. And then also, for me, I think it makes you appreciate when things do go right. Like I said, when people do stop at the stop sign and when people do peacefully coexist. And I'd say, 99.9% of the time people do. It's that one good to hear. Sorry, got click-itis. Hey, howdy, hey. What is that? Boogie Bot. Get the Boogie Bot in the house. Only 64. As long as the alignment is still good and it's steered. Yeah. I did the whole alignment check, and I don't think she was hit that hard because I think there would be more. There would have been more superficial damage to actually mess with the alignment. So, yeah, there was no structural damage at all. Let's see. Roland says, "Don't call it an accident. Implies no one is at fault." Oh, then what do you call it? Don't call it an accident. That implies no one is at fault. Well, what do you call them? Automobile crash? I mean, what do you call it? incident. It's an incident. I don't know what you would call it though. I think most people call it an accident. But yeah, it does imply that, like shit happens, that it's nobody's fault. Maybe that's why they call it an accident. So you're not placing blame, because some people really overreact to when you point the finger to them or at them. I get so pissed when my kids or wife get hurt, like shaking pissed. Yeah. I mean, my wife and I couldn't get out of the house fast enough when your kid, calls and you had a situation like this. I like the way you think, my friend. Yeah. I mean, you do get your dander up, right? You do kind of feel like you got to go dispense some justice, right? You got to go take care of these people. People are terrible. Not all people. Be a hermit. I'll tell you right now, man. I'm kind of a borderline hermit anyway. I like people. I wouldn't say I hate people, but people are complicated. And I just don't think I'd like to work that hard. I do have a lot of friends, and I do have great friends. I shouldn't talk like that, but it is a lot of work. I think specifically is if I was a 9-to-5er, I think I would feel differently about it. But since my job is almost like 24/7, it almost feels like you don't even try to be social after a while, because it's kind of hard. I didn't think the dust was still popular nowadays. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm talking about the dust in the day. Yeah. I went to a concert. Oh my gosh, I was so young. I went to a concert, and we were just. I had smoked pot before that, so I kind of knew how it reacted to my body. But we're at the show, and we saw this band called Angel. If you guys ever heard of this band, they appear and disappear, and there's all kinds of like crazy effects. I mean, by today it's probably pretty low key, but they had like Doug Henning, I think, that magician of the time, and he worked out all the magic tricks and stuff like that. And actually, Spinal Tap, the movie Spinal Tap, kind of riffed on that band. So the pods, where the bass player gets trapped in the pods, that's kind of the opening act for this band. So they like materialize on stage. So they just appear out of nowhere, and they have like these little pop-up cubes or whatever that they come out of, and they just appear. So that's where they got that from. And also being trapped under the stage. You remember when they couldn't find the stage? Well, that happened to that band as well. That one of their things is they disappear. So they go down. Spoiler alert, magic. They go, the cage that they're in goes down into the stage. So they're underneath the stage. They're disappearing act. So they were in this town, and they were in their disappearing thing underneath the stage now, but there was nobody there to help them get back up the stage for an encore. So they were kind of trapped down there trying to find their way back up. So they said that they were filming this movie called Foxes or something. So they were on the 20th Century lot. And I guess that that show Laverne and Shirley was being shot on the same lot or wherever they were. I don't remember the details of it. And so Michael McKean, who's I guess he's Squiggy or something like that on that Laverne and Shirley show. I don't remember. I didn't really watch it as a kid, but he used to hang out, watch them, practice and rehearse and stuff like that. I guess they were in a soundstage somewhere. And so they would just talk like we're talking now, and they shared that story with that guy. So they worked that into the screenplay when they made a Spinal Tap. So, Life is Stranger Than Fiction, that actually really happened to that band Angel. So anyway, that's kind of like my historical context. So I'm smoking this stuff, and we're watching the band. My mind's being totally blown by the appearance, disappearance, all this stuff. And so we got in the car. He had like a little Volkswagen Beetle, and it was like a rag top, where it wasn't like, it was like a moonroof, but it was soft. I guess you could just kind of slide it over. And so I was laying in the back seat, and I was just looking out that roof, and I'm just seeing the moon and seeing power lines just going by, and I was in my own world. And then this guy, I didn't even really know him very well. I just worked with him, and he got these 2 tickets to see this show, and so asked me if I wanted to go. And so he goes, "You want to go to a party?" And I guess I said yes. And so all I remember is being at this party, and I was in the living room. As far as I could get is I got in the door, I plopped down on the couch, and I just sat there, and I watched everybody come in to the party, and I didn't interact with anybody. I was so messed up. I don't know how I didn't pass out that night. But then I found out in the morning when I talked to him when we were at work. I said, "What was in that stuff?" And he goes, "Oh man, it was laced. We had some PCP or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if we called it PCP at the time, but something like that." And I was like, "Holy shit, man!" I was jacked. So that's my PCP story. Art, what's on the agenda today? I was going to hang out a little bit with you guys, and I think I have just a handful of these left to do. I think I have 2 or 3 of these. So I was going to hang out, go over the black and white campaign, and then do some drawing for you guys. So that's kind of the plan. But I'm actually just having fun just doing this. LOL, yeah, that's our son and his Flash pumpkin for Halloween. Oh, that's cool, man. He looks like he's having a good time. That's awesome. They are very caffeinated. Oh, kids these days? Probably, man. They're a little high strung. Afternoon. Yeah, it's weird. Like my parents drank coffee, but they drank black coffee. Like they didn't even really use sugar. Yeah, I don't even think my mom used sugar. Like they just drank coffee straight, right? And they'd have a pot on the stove, and it would be there all day. And then they would just pour, the coffee into their mug and drink it all day. And so, when you're a kid, you're like, let's see what this coffee is all about. And you taste it and you're like, this is god awful. And so then you start thinking like, oh, I see people putting like cream in their coffee or milk, and then they put sugar in it. So then you try that as a kid, and then you realize, it's like a caffeinated, almost like a sweet, right? It's like a malt or a milkshake or something like that. If you put enough sugar and cream in it. And so then like Starbucks and some of these other companies realize like there's a whole generation that doesn't really like that strong coffee of the generation before. Let's cater to those guys. And so to be honest, like me, I never really got a taste for coffee. I'm a tea drinker, but I don't really like coffee. And then I tried one of these mocha, whatever, these like latte BS drinks. And I was like, holy shit, this is not coffee, man. This is like coffee light. This is like coffee for children, and so that's what it is pretty much. It's like coffee for children. Like they can drink the coffee and feel like it's an adult beverage, but it's really, really laced. If you guys knew how much sugar and cream and things were in these things, oh my gosh. I used to work at a coffee shop, and I got to say, man, some coffee shop drinkers feel like they're some of the most entitled people ever out there. Also, it's coffee. It's not just this day and age. It's just coffee drinkers in general. That's interesting. Give someone too many passes with driving impaired and eventually serious injuries or worse. Yeah. And there's people that think that they actually drive better when they're high. I met a couple of them in my day. Oni64 says, I get a Malin style haircut. I just need a hair. What's a Malin style haircut? What is that? I don't even know what that is. I never see him with like, he always has that, like even in the summertime, that guy wears a beanie. Like, what the hell, dude? Do you never get hot? So I don't know what a Malin style haircut. I just need a haircut in general. This is my bedhead with a hat. I love Art's random stories. Yeah. It's the best part of life, man. Tangents. Art's eyebrows are too powerful to turn gray. I do get some gray streaks in them. You can see, was it on this right here? There's some gray streaks. Traffic collision. It was kind of like a parking lot. It wasn't quite in the parking lot, but it was like turning into a parking lot. Seriously, Art has the best random stories. He does. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Michael McKean was Lenny. Okay, so he's the tall, skinny one, right? The greaser type dude. Blue Samurai Zero says Art uses drugs to make fun of so many musical things. It's great. I don't know. I don't know how you could grow up. Like I would say, like, you know how you have your 10-year period, your decade of like coming of age. So mine was probably 76, 77 to 86, 87. So that was kind of my 10-year period. So if you grew up in that period of time, especially in Southern California, I think you would have had to been exposed to drugs. I don't know how you could not have. Afternoon, Dark Stranger says, we have Jams Creates. What's up, Art? What's up? Spinal Tap in concert, rock. Oh, you saw them? I know that they actually did do some shows. That would be awesome, man. I've seen like videos of their concerts and stuff like that, but I've never seen them actually live. That was a genius creation of those guys, man. I mean, they had a lot of people fooled, especially some friends, like musician friends that I knew. They were like, this is a real band, man. This is a real band. And they're like, look, they have an album out. And I was like, they're not a real band. That's that guy from Laverne and Shirley. No, it's not, man. That guy's the real deal. And, you know, all this shit. And then, oh, that's that six-fingered man from Princess Bride. And it's like bullshit. And then Harry Shearer and all that. And he's like, they wouldn't have an album. I go, the album is a soundtrack album. And he's like, no, it's not. I said, where did you buy it? What section of the store did you buy it? He goes, in the soundtrack section. I said, there you go. It's not a rock album. It's a movie soundtrack, you bonehead. It's so black I can see myself. Yeah, they're like candy. Yeah, Amanda tells me that some people are like, they want more sugar. Like however sweet they are, like put 3 tablespoons more in those things. Diabetes is going to run rampant. Coffee shops not supposed to be bitter. That's how the recipe got to the old world. Coffee's not supposed to be bitter. I don't know, man. The coffee my parents drank was bitter by my standards. Let me see here, and then I'll go. You know what? I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna share the Black and White campaign. Man, I'll tell you guys, I am completely blown away at the success of this campaign. Thank you guys so very, very much. This was the number before I started the show. So let me hit refresh. 31,979, 526 backers, 527 backers. We got a backer. We're over 32K. Sweet Mama Jamma. Thank you guys so much. So 32,014. It just flipped over 2. We lost a day. We lost another day. So we have 2 days left, you guys. Only 2 days to get Black and White Volume 1 second chance. So if you missed the first time around, no worries. We got your back. So this is the second chance campaign. Black and White is a labor of love. I ran a campaign last year, and we closed it down. I didn't think we closed it down premature, but we did. And my wife and I, Pamela, she helps out in the studio, and she edits and co-writes with me. that we soon got inundated with emails and private messages saying, why'd you shut it down? We were just going to buy it. We were saving up money, blah, 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 and before we knew it, we had a lot of people that were asking about it, and you guys wanted to work it out through PayPal and different things. And I was so like, wow, you guys are also trying to figure out, how we could work this thing out. And so I was totally taken aback by, the overwhelming support and desire to get one of these books and read this story. So, we fulfilled the first campaign, the Black and White campaign. And so after that, my wife was like, well, let's do a second chance. This is a good time now. I have time to fulfill another campaign. So let's do it. So to set this apart from the original campaign, I did a new piece of artwork, which is the piece of artwork you're looking at right now. So this is the total bot annihilation art. That's what I call it. So all good artwork, I think, should have a title and a name. So Kyle Ritter did the color work on this, of course. That's why it looks so amazing. And I just want to let you know also that all the tiers comes with a trading card based on that artwork. So every one of the book tiers, every one of the poster tiers, they all come with their own trading card. So I think it's pretty cool. And you guys, I just have to say this because one of the best parts of this campaign is the books are done. They're printed. They're warehoused downstairs. We have them. All we need is this trading card. So once we get this trading card back from the printers, it's been there for a week or so. So once we get them back from the printers, then we will go into fulfillment on this. I was hoping we'd get the trading card back earlier. Actually, maybe it's been longer than a week, maybe 2 weeks or so that the printer has had this card. I don't know what's taken so long, but hopefully we get that card soon, and then we can go into fulfillment on this. So it started off as 48 pages, so now it's 54. Thanks to all the support. We were doing it as a saddle stitch, so now it's square bound, and all the paper and the cover stock is upgraded. So this is a beautiful looking book, you guys. So here's some of the pages, the highlights of the story. So you can see it's all colored, it's all lettered. The book is completely finished. And so at the beginning of this campaign, we had some early bird specials. And so we sold out on almost all of these original Greg Capullo variants from the first campaign. And I have 20 left. So I'm going to hold on to those until we fulfill this campaign. And then because I got to see, because if anything gets damaged, I want to make sure that I can replace it. So I'm going to hold on to those. And I may offer those at a premium with Volume 2 campaign for the follow-up of the story. So whatever's left, I'm going to offer with that. But also I got to make sure I take my personal copies out of that. So there's not going to be a lot left. But what we did, the good news is we have the new Greg Capullo Virgin variant cover. So so everyone could get this piece of artwork because it's so amazing and it's historical. Greg did this for me in '94. It was originally in black and white 3 as a pinup. And so I didn't realize I still had the artwork. So when I launched the campaign last year, I saw the original artwork. So some of the ink work, I wasn't, I think I can ink better now. So I went in and I digitally remastered the whole piece. So I basically digitally re-inked the entire artwork and got it colored, like upgraded with Priya Pai, Dreamcolor Studios. And he hooked it up, man. This thing looks amazing. So no logo, no, excuse me, text. My wife actually prefers this version, the no logo, no text version. So she's got some taste. And also, I think like it just lends itself to it because you can see the helicopters better. You can see the top of the building. I think it's a really, really cool cover. And so you can see it's got Greg Capullo's old signature from '94 and my old '94 signature as well. So I'm just really thrilled that I was able to still have the original artwork and bring this thing back to life And I think it looks very contemporary. You can tell it's still like Greg's older style and my older ink style, but it looks contemporary to me. I think this holds its own against anything that's coming out today. So yeah, we got that. And then my good buddy, he's a great guy. Whoever's harassing Dynamite should stop. The man is just trying to make a buck. Come on, man. Stop with this cancel culture already. People are being hurt by this shit. You self-centered, selfish idiots. But anyway, tangent. Yeah, so he said, I asked him if I could bring some of these back for this campaign, and he said, sure. And so this is the Vampirilla commemorative cover. So this was celebrating Vampirilla's 50th anniversary and Black and White's 25th anniversary. So I got to do the artwork on this. I was very, very pleased with the way it came out with Kyle Ritter's coloring. And I was very, very flattered that Nick thought enough of me to want to make my characters part of the celebration. So this is really cool, you guys. I mean, this is one of those pinch me moments. Like, you know, how often do you get one of your creations to be next to a legendary icon? So, yeah, I'm really, really thrilled with the way this came out. And so this is the cool aspect to this campaign. These are all the original Stretch Goal goodies, you guys. The trading card, the 3-button set, the 2 embroidered patches, the mini print, the double-sided black and white bookmark has black on one side and white on the other. And then the original Stretch Goals had a sticker, but we sold out of that sticker, which is good because we got to do a better sticker. So this one is bigger. It's like 3.5 by 3.5. It's rounded. It's round shaped like the old one, but it has the new artwork in it. So it has the Killer Bot artwork in it. So we have original artwork off to the side here. We got 3 pages. We have a drawing tier. So if you want me to draw for you guys, back this tier. Also, the drawing tier is an add-on. So when you check out, so you can combine this tier with any of your other books. So if you bought, you know, a Greg Capullo book, you could add this onto your tier. You could also add the Stretch Goal goodies in checkout. So once again, you could buy, you know, any book of your choice, and you can get that as an add-on. However, if you back the Killer Bot tier, you get everything. You get the 3 books, you get the poster, and you get all of the Stretch Goal goodies. So that's a pretty cool, and I think it's discounted a little bit. So it's one of those the more you get, the better the price. And a lot of the add-ons, you guys, have either no shipping or minimal shipping. So here's the poster. And I think maybe we added the poster. Did we add it as an add-on? I'm not sure, actually. But you can get the Greg Capullo Virgin as an add-on. And then, of course, there's the black and white Vampirilla. And then there's the Total Bot poster. Oh, this is the graphic novel plus poster. So maybe we didn't do it as an add-on. Maybe that's what I was thinking. So then here's the Total Bot Annihilation poster. There's the standard edition, 315 claims. That is a cool number. And then the featured is all 3 books plus poster. And keep in mind, all of these come signed. They all come signed, and they all come with a trading card. So pretty killer, man. Pretty darn killer. Thanks again, you guys. You are the best. Best fans anybody could ever want, actually. I am completely blown away with the support here. So thanks, you guys. I'm going to come back, see what you guys are yammering on about. And wait a minute. What was that? I saw something. That's not his hair. What? What is this? Malin shaved his head down, head and brow. Oh, okay, yeah. Malin has the Mo from the Three Stooges. No, I'm not going to do that, man. I'm not going to do that straight bang thing, right? Is that like that's the straight across? Yeah, the Mo cut. It's good when you do this, but it's not for anything else. If your parents were literally hippies, you probably grew up on exposed to. My parents were not hippies, not by far. They were Depression era kids. If they knew half the shit we did, they probably would have had a heart attack. I wrote Doug, not drugs, to mock musicians. Your Chrono character. Oh, okay, very cool, man. Yeah. So there's a little autobiography going on there, little of myself there in that Doug character from Chrono Mechanics. I make my coffee Navy style with a pinch of salt. Huh. What? I wonder what the salt does. What's the effect of the salt? Does it minimize the bitterness? Your amazing art finally wore me down. I had to get one of your black and white sketches. Oh, thank you, Todd. I appreciate it. I got to kind of move on. I got to do some drawing here. Congratulations, Art. Thank you so much, Robert Romero. I do appreciate it. CG or GG Art. What is GG? Greg Capullo, Greg Gate, GG. I don't know what GG means. Nice, over 32K. Yes. This is a big day for me. A big day. Hey, we got Zaid Comics. You know what? Let me see if I can find something real quick. I'm not sharing. I'm going to share out your campaign, Phil, if I can find it. Let me see. Everybody's got these stupid code names. So when I type things to try to find it, Philip actually uses his real name. Smart. I knew I liked you for a reason. Let's find the lost pages here. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. I think I got it now. So one of the things I've been trying to do more is when people come in the chat, like other Comicsgate people, creators, I've been trying to highlight their campaigns a little bit. So give them a shout out and help in any way I can. So here is the lost. Oh, what did I do? Okay, here's the lost pages. You should be seeing this now. Let me make sure I did it correctly. Yes. So this is Philip Diaz's new project. So Philip is a Comicsgate creator. He's a writer. And I always say that he's like an old soul because he and I connect on a deeper level in our comic book taste, our hero taste. Like he remembers like this is kind of a tribute to radio days, pulp comics, like all kinds of action adventure stuff that he's pulling from, like 90s comics, like all kinds of like cool stuff, noir comic books, so this guy's like almost like a comic historian, and he's pulling all those different influences and all those different tastes into one project, which is the Lost Pages. And Zaid Comics is their company. Philip and Brandon are the Diaz brothers, and they run Zaid Comics. So I got to show this piece of artwork right here. This is drawn by the oh my gosh, I almost said infamous Simon Bisley, the Biz. So I don't know what dirt they had on Simon Bisley, but they must have had some serious dirt because Simon Bisley doesn't do covers for just anybody. So I thought this was pretty amazing. The colors really cool. These characters are exceptional. He's also showing a lot of pages, which is good. I do like a lot of pages in the campaign because it shows that stuff is done. And I think it shows people that you're moving forward on the project. At least when I see it, I know that that people, are getting things done, and that they're it's not just like a cover or a single page. Which reminds me, I got the black and white script for Volume 2, and I need to start breaking down some pages, layouts, so I can start working up some pages for the Volume 2 campaign. I have a cover sketch that I like, so I got to work that up too. So I'm gonna launch it with at least 3 pages of artwork plus cover, and then I'm going to work on pages as the campaign's going, so I can get at least 2 more pages up. So I think 5 pages gives you a good idea of what the book will look like. And also, this is based on the first campaign, so I'm hoping a lot of you come back to support the Volume 2 so you can get the conclusion. So hopefully you know that I'm good for it. So here's the masquerade. Very, very cool. So yeah, you guys come by, check out Philip's new campaign. I love these gangster faces. I think that's so awesome. Yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff. There's some stretch goals here. Philip asked me to help out with his campaign with drawing some, but I would have loved to, my friend. I really would. I'm very enthusiastic about this campaign and would love to have been part of it, but I just don't have the time. You know, I got to make sure that I can make good on all my promises. So anyways, you guys, go check out Philip Diaz's new book. It's called The Lost Pages. It's pretty phenomenal. And they're good guys. They're good guys. They did Magic Cop, and I believe that they fulfilled on that. So they're good. They're good. We're getting into coffee drinking. Drink coffee all day. I'm from Sweden. Most people do. Very cool. Very cool. Zaid Comics. Gotta go. Have a great day, everybody. Take care, Mighty Joe. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Oh, GG is good game. Oh, cool. Congrats. Thank you so much. And we still have 2 days, so we can continue to keep this this party crazy for at least 2 more days. Let's see. Lost Pages needed 1 more backer to make 300. Nice. Very cool. I borrow ideas. Say, hey, Art, is Ethan still doing a CG auction tomorrow? Send Friday. I hope so, because I'm going to bring some black and white artwork to the game. So I'm going to have some black and white artwork and some Chrono Mechanics artwork. And I'd like to be able to talk up black and white a little bit to his audience. I know there's a lot of crossover, but he just managed to get more people in at one time. We interviewed Mitch Brettweiser earlier this week. If anyone's interested, it was a good talk about Indiegogo campaign. Oh, cool. So go check out Sci-Fi for Me TV. I imagine that's your YouTube channel. I'll check that out as well. I'm always looking for stuff to listen to while I'm working. So I'm going to at least do one of these images. I'm going to change my camera out, you guys. So I'll continue talking, but I have to move this camera over to my drawing board and hook it up. I only have 1 camera for now, but I am looking to upgrade. And one of the other things that, if you haven't heard a lot of my live streams, but my wife and I are looking to move relatively soon. So what I would like to do is, when I set up my new studio, let's see if this is good. When I set up my new studio, that I can, let's see, hopefully I set this up before the show. Yes, it works. It's working. When I set up the new studio, I can get like a studio that more fits my needs now, because since I started doing live streams, you know, you realize what, like, more of the things that you need and how you can make your show better. So I would like to think that over the year or so that I've been doing live streams that I've gotten better. At least that's always been the goal. Wait a minute. This is not my thick marker. Where's my thick one? This has to be it. This look thin though. No, that's thin too. Where did you go? This is it. All right. So yeah, so what I'm hoping to do is when I set up the new studio, I'll have a camera that's set up over my board, and that I'll have lighting equipped just for over the board, because one of the things is when I draw and to pick up this image, it usually works better with low light, because like right now, you guys, it's really dark in the studio. So I have all the window shades down, and it doesn't look dark in the camera image, but it is in the room here. So I've tried my best to figure out how to adjust the camera, but maybe better minds than mine can do that. But I haven't been able to get a good mixture. So what I'm hoping is that I'll have the camera set up to the point, you know what, this is not the one I want. Let's see if this is, where did I put that damn pin? I know I have a thicker one somewhere. Is this it? That is not it. I apologize, you guys. I have a really thick or thicker pin here, and these are all my stupid thin ones. The thicker one I can move a lot faster. Let me go through all this. Oh my gosh! Where the hell are you, dude? Oh my goodness, this is horrible. This is disgusting. My workspace is so small here that I don't know where the hell it could have gone. Let me see. That is not it either. That's not it. You know what? I think I just found it. Really? Holy crap. It's the last place you look, right? Okay. So I got this. And now I'm working good here. I'm doing good. I'm firing on all cylinders. The right tool for the right job. That's what I always say. I've never said that before. That's the first time I've ever said it. It's probably not the first time, but yeah. So I'm hoping to get like just like all the things I've learned, and then incorporate those. So one of the things, like when you start it, you get your new studio set up, is that it's kind of like starting over. So it's kind of rebuilding, or not rebuilding, but building from the ground up. And so I'm kind of looking forward to that, having a new studio set up, and then being able to work out some of these camera issues that I'm having. Although, I mean, it's working out a lot better than it was at one point, because I kind of figured out some stuff. Some things I've gotten past. So these are all, in case you guys don't know, these are Vampirilla sketches that we offered in the last campaign. So Dynamite asked if I do that cover that I have at this campaign as well, and do a drawing tier. So this was the artwork for that drawing tier. So that's kind of, I forget how many, there were a lot that were ordered. So I think I only have 2 or 3 left to do. So that's good. The only reason they're not done is I've been trying to do like wear many hats. So I do a few of one thing a day, and then a little bit more of another, and then so on and so forth, just to try to make sure everything is flowing, that nothing gets neglected. The only problem with that is that nothing, like if I sat and just focused on getting all of these done, I could probably do it in a day. But since I have all these other things I need to do every day, I don't have that kind of concentrated time to do it. So I got to do a little bit here, a little bit there, which is kind of not the way I've been geared up most of my career. Most of my career is like you start something and then you finish it, so it's all linear. You get a page, you start it, you finish it. With crowdfunding and doing what I'm doing now, with promoting and all the other stuff, is it becomes like many hats. So you're trying a lot of different things. Not trying, but you're doing a lot of different things throughout the day. And they all take time. But you can't really devote all your time to one thing, because then something gets neglected. So it's like you got to learn to promote while you work. You need to kind of multitask, figure out how to get, a lot of different things done, which a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now is not what I was kind of trained myself for. So what I'm trying to do now is my hat in the shot? No. I got this big like baseball cap brim, and I was thinking it was getting in the shot. Okay, so what I do is I kind of block everything out with the pen, and then I come in. I'm going to add a little bit more ink because it's hot. Whenever it's hot, you guys, always refresh your ink. And I have a little ink bottle over here. Actually, you know what? Maybe I could show you the mess that is my drawing board, because I try to keep it to where you guys can't see the BS. But this is kind of the other side of my board. So here is my inkwell. So then when you see me, I'm doing work over here, but then I come over here and then I dip my brush into the ink, and then I kind of work up a point to my brush here. So that's why all the scratch paper is here. And so then I just kind of do that. Just kind of clean off the brush, get a tip, and then come over and work. So that's kind of that. And then there's my microphone. And I'm trying to think if there's anything I don't want you guys to see. There's my drink. There's my lamp. You can see the tip of the computer there. And then here's my tabouret down here. So here's all my tools. So you're getting a really weird view of my studio. So I have a tabouret here. So I have, always when you're an artist, keep all your tools close so you don't have to go looking for them like I just did. And always put your tools away. Put them back into the same place so you always know where to find them. So let me make sure that this is still where I want it to be. Yeah, okay. So I'm bringing the brush in. So now you guys kind of know where, when I go off to the side and you guys can't see, the camera can't see it anymore, that's what I'm doing. So right now I'm putting a little bit more ink into that inkwell I just showed you. And let me put the cap on. Always put the cap on, especially on a hot day, because it will dry out. And I have water here. Like you guys got to see that little tin. That's what makes that sound. You always want to, when you're not using your brush, you want to, get that extra ink off there. So I have that for to clean off my brush. I'm sorry, you guys. I kind of lost my train of thought here. Once I get my rhythm back, I'll be able to talk better. It's always a little bit, it throws me aback when I first start with a new tool on a new piece of artwork. So I got to get my rhythm, and then I can start entertaining again and talking. And as always, you guys, with these streams, feel free to ask questions and stuff. This is very interactive. I don't mind asking questions, answering questions. It's part of the fun. Ask an artist. Yeah, I got a lot of ink on the brush right now, so I'm trying to get some of the heavier ink stuff done so I can get it off of my brush. It's weird, like the brush feels foreign to me today. Sometimes it's like no problem, and then I think as soon as I start, see, I'm starting to get like movement down. As soon as I can do that, I think some of it's a little bit intimidation too. Like you're a little intimidated when you first start, and then you kind of warm up. All right, so get a little bit more ink here. I don't like that. Okay, there, I like it now. Okay, I want more ink in there. Fill this spot. I got this shape here. This shape here. So one of the things I like to do with these drawings is get a lot of texture and movement to it. I don't want these to be too tight because it takes the fun out of it for me. So if the drawing is too, tight, I just don't have fun with it. So one of the reasons I like these type of commissions is because I can do, it's not like my Marvel and DC work or even like my black and white or Chrono Mechanics work. I can be a little bit more expressive with it and have fun with the lines and the brush. So that's why I like the commissions. And I think I'm going to keep the commissions list closed until the Comicsgate show. So I'm going to open up my list, and hopefully, by then, Black and White Volume 2 will be done, and I'll have a little bit of time to do other things, and then I'll open up my commissions list for you guys, and then I'll just do I'll take a bunch of commissions and do drawings for you guys for the show. I think that'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be a way of me kind of getting out of this kind of crowdfund situation. Not that I hate it or anything, but just so I can have some variety, so I can do something a little different. And then I'll just spend, that month or whatever drawing for you guys and working up different commissions. hopefully you guys will want me to do a bunch of like Comicsgate characters or my own characters. Although I'm not going to even try to narrow it down. One of the things I do like about taking commissions is I don't know what you guys are going to want. And so part of the fun is just drawing something that I've never drawn before. And I like the commissions aspect because I don't have to draw it. I only have to draw it once. I don't have to draw it multiple times. So I can draw it however I want, and I don't have to stress out about how to draw it from another angle or, whatever. It's funny because like if you look at even like Adam Hughes's commissions, like he'll draw, like if he gets, a Catwoman commission, he won't draw Catwoman always the same way, or like Wonder Woman or whatever it is. Like he'll draw them however he feels like drawing them. And I like that. I like just being open and not having to adhere to a style guide or anything like that. Like you can just do it. And that's why I like the commissions. I like just being able to just kind of make it up and do whatever you feel. Not that I'm, not that they're going to be like these crazy alternate versions of the characters or anything like that. I'm not going to put that much thought into it, but just the way I approach it, the way I draw it, it'll be however I feel at that moment. So I also tell people, like, don't, if you're going to commission me, I'll take some, like if there's certain things that you want, because some people get very, very specific with their commissions. And I'm like, I would rather not have an art direction. I'd rather just kind of, make it up and do something on the fly. Because for me, it kind of takes the fun out of it. And if that's important, to them, and I still want to do it, I'll accommodate it. But I by and large, I kind of like just being left alone and just, oh, we want a Wonder Woman drawing, or just something like if you want to get somewhat specific, like, Wonder Woman holding a shield and a sword, but some people get like, I want her like this. And then they send you reference of like Adam Hughes's or somebody else's, version of Wonder Woman. And then they say like, could you draw it like this? And, I don't really care for those type of commissions. And to be honest, I usually don't get them. Like, I think people get it and they just want me to do what I do. So people are awesome that way. I've only got a few things that are very, like, really specific with what they want as a commission. Other than that, yeah, they're pretty like, oh, whatever you want. Sometimes, like, they'll just say, oh, I want Marvel Girl. And then I have to ask them, like, what version of Marvel Girl do you want? And you guys are always so cool. You just go like, well, whatever you want to draw. And I'm always like, yes, they get it. That's cool. So I like that a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna do some of those, and then I'm thinking I might do 1 to 3 drawings at the show. So I might. It depends on how it goes, because one of the things that when I was younger, I would take a bunch of commissions for these shows, and kind of just work my tail off at the show. But you don't have a lot of fun. So one of the things I want to do, especially at the Comicsgate convention, is I want to have fun. So I don't want to feel like I'm stuck at the drawing board, doing commissions. But I do understand that, I'm an artist and people want to see, that part of what I do. Because that's what I go to these shows. I want to see people draw. I don't necessarily want to just sit and hang out with them, which I do. But if you can hang out with them and they can draw, that's a win-win. Yeah, that's cool. And God, when is the show? Because I also have Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too, Volume 2, that I'm going to start. I haven't even asked Sean Ellery yet if he would do it. You know what? I think I'm going to do that today and see if he would want to do it. Put the graphics together. Sean did the trading cards for Chrono, and he did the front inside cover and the back inside cover and the back cover to the Chrono book. Yeah, he's brilliant. I've known him for a long, long time. I usually don't ask him because he's always so busy, but I think he's digging doing this stuff. So as soon as I'm done with the stream, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to ask him and see if he'd want to do it. So rinse out the brush. Like I said, you guys, I'm going to put the lid back on the ink. Always put the lid back when you're not using it. And so now the most important part of every drawing, the signature. So I'm going to do the signature up, and then I'm going to bring my little red marker into it. And then I'll have one more done for you fine people. And as soon as I'm done too, I'm going to check in with you guys, check with you, see what you guys are up to. Make sure you're behaving yourself, that you're not running amok, as they say. Who says it? I don't know, but somebody does. The Amok Council. All right, so there's one more. Let me go to my Tabaret and get my red marker out. And you can see how, like, the movement, like, I just like to have fun just moving ink around. So it's a lot of fun just drawing in these kind of more tight style or loose styles. So there's that. Make sure I get that little R in there. And now the little blood. Okay, looks good. All right, so one more down. Where's my glasses? Get my glasses so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Ouch, son of a bitch. I just stuck my glasses right in my eye. That hurt. So there's that. There's another Vampirilla. I know you guys want both of her chesticles hanging out, but I don't know. I think it looks odd. Some of you guys think it looks odd that they're not. I think it looks odd if they both are. So anyway, there's that one. Let me, you know what? I'll just put this back here so you got something to look at while I'm going to the chat. Oh man, I jacked up my eye. I poked my earpiece into my eye. My drawing eye. All right. Oh, you guys have been busy. Busy as busy bees. Okay. Art moving to the country. Ooh, what? Um, I think he is still doing it. So if I haven't answered, he does actually get into what's actually been going on. Yes, Indiegogo book should be out for issue 3 hits stores. Did I miss something? Are you guys talking about the Mitch Brettweiser stuff? Let me see. Does he explain himself, or does he just wait and see what are doing big things? We are doing big things. Oh, yeah, you guys are talking about Mitch. So Blue says Lost Pages needs one more back. Oh, shoot. I already did these. Art is moving to the country. Gonna eat him a lot of peaches. Yeah. I do like peaches. I just tell my wife I like peaches. At lunchtime, it never ends. We're always changing things in our studio here. Yeah, I want to get one of those. They have those like lights that goes around the camera too. But it's weird because artwork shows up differently, like those lights that they have that go around your camera and light everything up perfectly. So doesn't matter what time, night or day you're live streaming, everything looks the same. But I'm wondering how that's going to work with the artwork. If it'll just, because this camera is very damn sensitive. Like you should see, there's like no lights. Like if I turn the light, well, this is ink, but if I did it with pencils or blue line, you wouldn't be able to see it. Peaches for free. Yeah. That's a song, right? Get your peaches for free. Yeah. That's why it's funny. It's always the last place you look. Because why would you keep looking? What's up? Hello, fellow humans. How you guys doing? Where's the liquor stash? I do have another bottle of bourbon whiskey. It was supposed to be for my brother, but I think I'm going to open it up. A messy studio is a sign of genius. Really? Well, then guess what? I'm a freaking genius. Art, do you approach inking differently when you know a piece will be black and white or color? I very, very rarely ink for black and white. But I think if I was inking just for black and white, I would definitely do more work. You know, I would add more texture, more lines, more dry brush, you know, all that kind of stuff, depending on the style I was working. How can one practice drawing every day intelligently rather than just being scattershot about it? One, have a certain time of day. If your schedule will allow it, have a certain time of day that you draw every day. So from like 4 to 5 or whatever it is. And then also, if you're trying to learn and teach yourself how to draw, repetition is always good. And God, so it doesn't seem scattershot. I think if you just set up little like chores for yourself, little exercises. Like one of the things I did in a sketchbook is I was like, I'm going to draw 50 hands, and then I'm going to take 3 minutes for each hand. You know, so they were 3-minute hand studies, and I would just see how much detail I could do on each hand for 3 minutes. And then I would do that for an hour or however long, or, you know, like if I set 50 of them for myself, then I would draw 50 until I finished, or, you know, whatever was a realistic number to do for an evening. So you can set up assignments for yourself. Like you go, well, I'm going to study skull structure, or I'm going to study the rib cage. So you can do stuff like that where, you know, you can make, you can create exercises for yourself. And then you can strip down and study parts of the anatomy, study parts of of whatever it is that you want to learn. One thing, though, that a lot of people miss out when they're learning how to draw, and you see it a lot now, like pinup. There's a lot of people that just kind of draw pinups or pinup art, and they don't put these characters in environments. Learn perspective and learn how to put characters in environments. If you're going to do comic book work or concept work or any of that, you're going to have to learn how to put people into settings. So you need to learn that as well. Because if you look like you go to conventions and stuff, most of the time it's just the figure. There's no backgrounds. So that's because I believe they don't know how to put the character into the background. So maybe Michael, just set up assignments for yourself, like little jobs. And then also don't get too tunnel vision on that, because if you just spend too much time drawing the rib cage, then you don't know how it relates to the hip, so always concentrate on the figure as a whole as well. So I mean, you could set up like, do figure drawing for a half hour. And then maybe for the second half hour, if you only have an hour, take a part of the body and then study that for a half hour. The rib cage, the hands, the skull, the knee, whatever it is. And then as you start drawing, start trying to also figure out what your weak points are, what is hard for you to draw, and then study the hell out of that. Make that almost your obsession. Like if you can't draw, lips right, then make that your obsession. Like draw lips from all different angles. You know what I mean? Just study the hell out of it, and it'll help you transcend that situation. Blue Samurai says, is it acceptable to ask for anything chrono and please use some ink wash technique, or is the technique too specific? I could do chrono art with ink wash as well. I mean, like cartoon drawings have shadows as well. So sometimes it's easier to do shadow work with simple forms than it is more complicated forms, like a figure, like a human figure. Although when I do shadows on a face or body, I do still think about it more in a single light form, like a light source, and then draw from there. So almost like if you think about Mike Mignola's work, where it really is just simple light and dark. And when I say simple, I don't mean that it's simple. I mean that he's done a lot of studying. There's a lot of work there, but it looks simple. So that's usually one light source. So one harsh light source off to the left, casting light on our left, the right side of the figure, and then shadowing their left, our right side of the figure, if it's coming in from a left to right movement. So if you think about it in a very simplistic way, you can do some pretty successful stuff. You don't have to get into multiple light sources to do dramatic comic books. A lot of people today don't even do light sources. Like if you think about John Byrne didn't really draw light sources. He did a general light source on almost everything. So it was a style that was based on general light source. He would shadow and add dramatics if he had to create a scene, like if it was characters going into a dark room, you know what I mean? Then he would shadow things. But usually it was kind of a general light source. So you can get away with a lot. It just depends on the style you want to work with or work within, and possibly what the script or the story that you're working on asks for. Reese and Whitney as Green Hornets. Oh, like those guys in the costumes? That could be cool. Just spitballing some ideas. Robert says, lovely brushwork. Thank you so much. Todd's Truth says, everyone hit the like button. Yes, please, you guys. It does help my algorithms. And also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And please check your subscriptions and check your bell icon. Make sure that you're still down for notifications, because a lot of YouTube changes all the time. So a lot of people have been telling me that they're not getting notifications. And to be honest, I have not been getting a lot of notifications for some of my favorite YouTubers as well. And Dino says, Art shot his eye out. Yeah, it's better now. Thanks for asking. Jeez, I get no respect. I just gently touch it when I started watching. Gently touch it. I'm not sure what you're talking about. We got Guy from Red Bank. Hey yo. Yes. Okay. So that's the interview with the great Mitch Bradweiser. What's up? All right. Let's see. I'm looking into John Byrne. Yeah, John Byrne works. Yeah, John Byrne is. I mean, that's why he could get so much work done, because the guy's work is very formulaic, and it's not overly complicated, but it's complicated enough. You know what I mean? It feels like he's never cheating you. You're always getting your money's worth. What am I drinking right now? I'm drinking iced tea bourbon. No, it's just iced tea. It's a little too early to be drinking. Rockin' RT Bear, you got that right, Ruben. I'm going to do one more of these. I was going to check. Let me check the campaign real quick and see how it's going. If you guys haven't heard, Black and White has got its own campaign going right now. It's going long. It's going strong. So let me show you real quick what we have here. Oh, that's not it. This is it. Okay. Yeah, so let me make sure that I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, it's up. So Black and White Volume 1, second chance, you guys. This is your second chance to have a shot at picking up perhaps the greatest book of all time. Yeah, it's perhaps the greatest book I've ever worked on. But who's to say? I'm to say. So we're at 527 backers. We have 2 days left. And look at this. Look at this beautiful piece of artwork. Do not be left in the cold. Please come by, pick up a poster, put this up on your wall. It does come signed. All the tiers come with a trading card based on that artwork. And here's some of the interior art. It's a beautiful graphic novel, 54 pages. It is square bound and all upgraded paper. So we have the Black and White Greg Capullo Virgin variant cover we sold out of the original. So we have that to offer. We have a drawing tier, which I'd love to draw for you guys. And we have the Black and White Vampirilla commemorative cover. This is a cover for issue 1 of Vampirilla. And then we have some original artwork, and then we have all the stretch goal goodies that you can get as an add-on, or you can get it in the Total Bot Annihilation tier. So we have the trading card, the button set, we have the stitched embroidered patches, we have the mini print, we have the double-sided bookmark, and we have the oversized sticker. So that is very cool, you guys. Come by, check it out. The link is in the description. And see what Black and White is all about. We have 2 days left. I'm coming back. And the reason I'm coming back is because, look at this. So the book is done, you guys. So Black and White Volume 1 is done. It's all printed up. It looks gorgeous. Everything printed up really nice. So we have that back cover, like I said, square bound. Pretty awesome. Here is the very rare Greg Capullo cover. So we got the square bound. We got the back. These things are high gloss, you guys. The covers came out really cool. And so here are the proofs. I don't have the Chrono books back yet, but we should be getting them back in a week or so. I think Pamela just checked in with the printer yesterday morning. So you can see that this is cropped weird. If you open the book, you can see they cropped it weird. So that was our first problem. And then we actually mentioned the saturation of the color. And originally they told us that it was because these were digitally printed and not offset printing. And so we kept kind of pushing the point with them because we got our second proof back. And so they took care of the cropping problems, but it was still kind of saturated. So an amazing person looked into it. I forget her name. And she said that the files were sent in RGB and not in CMYK. So then she explained what the difference was. So possibly the reason for the saturation is because of the CMYK, and the proofs might be because of the digital printing. So the pages look pretty killer, but I'll tell you right now, the digital versions are even better. So we're going to get that proof back pretty soon for the Chrono book. And once I get that, I'll let you guys know how that's going, because I want to be very transparent with this and let you know things are moving forward, but it's just kind of taking some time. And then we have to just show you that we're also, like, a lot of the stretch goal, like all the Chrono Mechanics stretch goal stuff is done. So we got the patch. Let me show you the guitar picks. We have the cool guitar picks here of Doug with his lucky guitar pick with the image of Doug on there. So we got the guitar picks here. Pretty cool. Somebody said you should add them. So we might add them, do an add-on. So you can just get maybe a bunch of guitar picks. So there might be some guitar players that actually want to use them. So these are iron-ons too, you guys. So you can just iron these onto your backpacks or your bomber jackets or whatever, or not bomber jackets. What are they? They're like your military jackets. So here's one of the black and white, the MI10 Anti-Robotics Division Task Force patch. These things are killer. Look at the detail. And these are also iron-ons. I have, let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Here's the other patch. So then we have the yin yang gun sight. Let me hold it this way. So that's pretty killer. So you can see, all of the stretch goal stuff is done. So then we have the black and white training cards with all their powers and abilities on the back. And then this was the original sticker. And I have here it is. The studio's a mess, but I still have all this stuff. So Ethan did these bigger stickers. So then as soon as I saw that sticker, I was like, well, our stickers aren't quite as cool. So our stickers, I'm not sure they're going to be this big, but they're going to be on par with that size. So that's for the second chance. So that's going to have the new artwork on that. So let me get into my, wait a minute. No way. Hey, am I closer to getting done than I thought? Hold on. I think I might only have one left. This is historical. This is a big day. All I have is this one to finish up, you guys, and then my Vampirilla commitment will be done. Sweet. I always like it when I'm further along than I thought. So let's see what needs to be done here still. I got an eyeball, and I got some lash here to do. Let me see here. Yeah. Oh, killer. So I'm going to bring some brushwork in. Let me get my brush wet. This is going to be it, you guys. No more Vampirilla drawings live. I do appreciate you guys are probably bored with seeing me do this, but like I've been saying, I need to start multitasking so I can do these while live streaming. So I get to hang out, be social, and get work done at the same time. So I try to make it as entertaining as possible. Any questions, always let me know. And you'll never have to see me ink another Vampirilla headshot until the next time. So yeah, this is coming along. This is going to be this is a big day for me. I'll actually be able to email Dynamite and give him some good news. Also, you guys, as far as Dynamite's concerned, I don't know when we're going to try to figure out a launch date, but Dynamite and myself are going to do a black and white Green Hornet crossover. So I got to figure out, like, timing wise, I would like to do it after the next black and white campaign. So I want to do volume 2, the volume 2 campaign first, and then start on the other one. I never know, like, what's the best timing, because like sometimes the timing like cross over, and then I know that some people are like, oh, you're starting another campaign and you haven't fulfilled the one before that. And so I completely understand that. But for an artist like myself, sometimes either the opportunity comes up, so you have to seize the moment, or you just kind of need to get like the timing is right and you need to get the campaign up. So either the timing is like a financial concern, or the timing is like there's certain times of the year that are better to launch campaigns than others. So you want to make sure that you can take advantage of that time, that window of opportunity. So we're getting into, we're going to be finishing up the summer months soon, and then getting into fall. And fall is still okay, but once you start getting closer to Christmas time, it becomes harder to crowdfund. Like December, January are real like tougher months. But for me, it seems like my timing always ends up working out to October for some reason. Like October seems like when I launch almost everything. Like the original black and white in '94 launched in October. I'm trying to think, like, if the like, when did the original black and, like, not original black and white, but black and white volume 1 campaign go? I want to say it was early fall, but maybe it was still summer. Maybe it was like August. But I think Chrono was in November, or maybe it was October. But yeah, those are concerns. So I got 2 campaigns, planned for the future, which is the Green Hornet black and white, and then black and white volume 2. But I just have to figure out how to time that. Because you don't want it to seem like you're overextending yourself, which I'm really not, but sometimes it can seem that way. And the thing that's I thought that we had a lot of it worked out better than we did, is just the printing schedule. I'm going to have to start figuring in even more time with the printing schedule, because if anything, like they say, because like Mixum said, 2 to 3 weeks, turnaround. But if you have any problems at all, it could take forever. So, yeah, I think that was the problem, is that one, the problems weren't figured out quick enough. Like if they would have figured out that CMYK, because that's just beyond me. I know the buck always has to stop with me, but I had people that I feel should have kind of caught that. But it is what it is. So now I know definitively that it always has to be CMYK. And I knew on some level, but also, like I said, I didn't really know that it wasn't sent that way, or what that would do to the printing. So now I know, and knowing is half the battle. All right. This will be it, you guys. We're closing in on the finale. The epic journey of trying to get, I don't know how many drawings, 30, 40, however many there were, done for a campaign. It's coming together. Getting done. All right. Just the rest of her head. A little bit of eye details. Gotta get shadow in here. Oh, I add a little bit in there, a little bit in here, and the rest of her eye. All right. So yeah, you guys will never have to see me do this again. Most of you are applauding. Yay. No more Vampirilla. We're sick of looking at that same face. You guys would never say that. You're my friends. Okay, we got those. The most important part, signature. Let's get this bad boy done. I'm going to go this direction because I'm waiting for ink to dry. One of the things as an inker you'll start figuring out is that you figure out where to put your hand so you can keep working but not put your hand in wet ink. So you kind of learn those things. Sometimes you learn them the hard way. You learn them by putting your hand in the wet ink. So that's why also like inkers learn to kind of ink sideways, upside down, you know, all kinds of things, because you're trying to, well, my whole drawing board's moving. You're trying to avoid putting your hand into the wet sections. So it's kind of an inker tool that you want to, you learn how to, my ink. Okay. Like keep your hand out of the wet zones. See, I moved it like that because I would have had to put my hand in that red ink. And even though, you know, you're using markers sometimes they can take time to dry. So you don't want to take it for granted that your marker is dry. I don't have any marker. Sometimes if you doubt me, you can look at your hand and there'll be like some black ink on it, even though you're using a marker. And that's because the marker is still wet and will pick up. And you always want to use permanent ink, even if you're using a marker, because or waterproof ink, because your hand gets wet and sweaty, and if you're going over ink that isn't waterproof, it'll pull up and it'll get all over my hand. You can't really see it, but there is a little bit of ink on my palm, not you know right in here, the side, and that's because that sometimes the ink does pull up. So you got to be very, very careful. So let me see if I can put this where you can see it. Oh, I should do the close-up again. So this is it, you guys. This is the last one. We are done with the Dynamite Vampirella Commitment as far as the drawings are concerned. Hopefully my drawing board will stay put. So I got all those. I'm going to go check in with you guys, see how you're doing. How many Vampirellas did you draw? I think it was like almost 40. Yeah, there was a lot. So yeah, I was really thankful. That was good because we offered it as a tier, but we also offered it as an add-on. Personally, I love Vampy. Yeah, I think everybody does. I was kind of just kidding about you guys are sick of it. Hopefully you're not. The Vampirella channel. Yep. That's what it's becoming. So this should be it, you guys. I do have some black and white drawings that I need to do. So then you guys are going to get sick of me drawing black and white. Okay. Oh, man. Mr. T, please treat your liver to something better than Woodford. It was a gift, man. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. He actually, the guy gave it to me. What would he be? My would that be my nephew-in-law? I don't know. He's married to my niece, and he works there. So he works in Kentucky and puts those together. And this is like a private reserve. Like the whiskey I got is it's all signed and numbered. So I don't know if it's upscale or not from the regular breed or what do they call that? Batch. But it's pretty smooth. It's not bad. I wouldn't say that I'm a connoisseur, but I've had bad whiskey, and this wasn't really that. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad. Oh, we got Pablo Romero. Hello, hello. Looking forward to the Black and White and Green Hornet crossover. Yeah, I wish I had more of a scheduled date, but I think that I really need, as good faith, I need to get that Black and White Volume 2 going first and then do the Green Hornet. But it's going to take me a while to do Black and White. So I guess maybe if I can get everything done, if maybe the Green Hornet book would be done or really, really close to being done before it launched, then maybe that would be the way to go with it. At the very least, my writing and my cover work would be done, because that's I'm not going to be penciling and inking the interior. Somebody else is going to do that. So I'm going to be writing it, and then I'll be doing cover work for that, which is very, very cool. So maybe if we can get that pretty much complete before launch date, then that will be good, because then I'll be drawing Black and White, but I'll be pretty much finished with the Green Hornet stuff, because my time on that won't be as much as Black and White, because Black and White got to write it, pencil, ink it, and then art direct it and everything else. So there's a lot more to do with Volume 2. The Vampirilla channel. Yup. I love the highlights in her hair. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Yo, Joe. All right. Like he's some kind of inker or something. Yeah. The lesson learned is to never do it again. Exactly. You know what? We don't always have to overcomplicate life. Sometimes it's just those simple lessons, right? Just don't do that again. There's nothing wrong with Vampirilla. Yay. Okay. So we got Nornrad 2. Love the way you draw, Vampy. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I am going to give you guys one more look at Black and White, since we are 2 days away from getting it done. And then I'm going to wrap the stream up. So let's hit this button here. Let's hit this button here. Hit this button, and come to this. So this is what all the hubbub is about. Black and White Volume 1 Second Chance. This is what everybody is talking about right now. This is like all the gossip magazines are talking about. Everybody's like, what about Black and White Volume 1 Second Chance? What about that? Are you going to back it? Yeah, hell yeah, I'm going to back it. It's a great book, and it's already done. All they're waiting for is the trading cards. Once they get the trading cards, then these books will start shipping. And that is true, Gossip Magazine. That is all that's left. So the book is done, you guys. So we have the books done. We have all the stretch goal stuff printed up. The only thing we're really waiting on is that darn trading card. So here is the artwork for this campaign. This is brand new just for this campaign. Not just for this campaign, but brand new for this campaign is what I should say. And then here is the trading card. So each one of the tiers comes with this artwork made into a 25th anniversary trading card, you guys. So you will get that with each one of your backings. So here's the 54-page book, 4 pages from that. And then here are the Greg Capullo variants. The one on the left is sold out. The one on the right we still have. So that one is going strong. That is the Virgin. And then those Vampirilla drawings that you saw me working on, this is for the campaign. So the campaign ran a month or so ago, and I took a bunch of commissions for Vampirilla drawings and Black and White drawings. So that's what I've been working on. I've been working on trying to get all those Vampirilla drawings done, and you saw the last one today. So I just finished up that one. So we have that book available. We do not have the drawings available though. So then we have the original stretch goal goodies. So we have the 3 button set. We have the 2 embroidered patches, which I showed. We have the trading card, which I showed. We have the mini print. We have the double-sided bookmark. And then we have the new edition, which is the oversized sticker based on the new artwork. We have original pages. If you want to see me draw up some black and white for you, we have the black and white volume 1 book with drawing. Only 130. That's 2 characters, you guys. 2 characters and a backdrop, which is the gun sight. Here's the Killer Bot tier. The Killer Bot tier comes with all 3 books plus poster and all the stretch goal goodies. And keep in mind, the stretch goal goodies you can get as an add-on at checkout. The drawing you can get as a checkout item. And also the Greg Capullo Virgin variant you can get as an add-on at checkout. So then we have poster plus novel. We have the Greg Capullo Virgin, which is going very, very well. We have the Vampirilla Black and White, which is almost 30 of those backed. That's pretty cool. And the Total Bot Annihilation poster. We have the Black and White Volume 1. We have 315 of those claimed. And then we have the feature tier, which is all 3 books plus poster. You guys keep in mind, all of these books and the poster come signed. So here's the art once again, colored by the great Kyle Ritter. Did a tremendous job here. So come by, check out your second chance. The link is in the description. Also, Chrono Mechanics, you guys, is going strong. Retrofit, we've been getting a little bit of traction the last couple days, so I'm real happy with that. And we just hit the 45K stretch goal, which is that embroidered patch that you guys just unlocked. So all the backers will get that. And also, you guys, once we get this book back from the printers, which should be soon, we are going to take 2 of the stretch goals away. So if you want 2 of the stretch goals, let me scroll down. This book is also in the description. So the site is in the description if you want to check that out. I'm just going to give you a big, quick run through here and show you the stretch goals. So the 2 stretch goals that we are going to be pulling down, and it's just for simplistic sake, just to make it easier to fulfill these books, is because Pamela, my wife, is going to be fulfilling Chrono and Black and White at the same time. So I wanted to make it a little bit easier on her in different ways, because those little things do make a lot of difference when you're putting these together. So you guys will get all the trading cards. So there's 5 trading cards. You will get the button. You will get the lucky pick, which I showed off on the live stream here. And we did upgrade the book from 48 pages to 60 pages. We did take it from Saddle Stitch to full-on graphic novel format, or what we used to call prestige format. And so the 35K stretch goal, the 112-page movie script, one of the things we're doing with this right now, and it was Pamela's idea, to give you guys something to do while the pandemic is happening. So a lot of you people are kind of stuck indoors. You can't go anywhere. So she thought it would be a good idea to do a stretch goal where we could send you the 112-page movie script right now. So if you back this book within a few days, you will have this PDF sent directly to your email, and you can read a Chrono Mechanics story, while you're waiting for the comic book. So it's just our little way to help out with the pandemic and to give you guys some kind of entertainment to just, make your day-to-day a little less boring. And so it was written by myself and Matthew J. Hillary, who is a screenplay writer, and he is writing novels now. So he's taken a little departure from his screenplay. I think he's doing both, actually, but I think most of his focus right now is on novels. I wanted to do a comic book project with him, but he's too busy with his other stuff right now. So then the other one, the other stretch goal that will be pulled down is the golden time card. So we're only going to print up a certain amount of these time cards. And once you fill them out, you send them back to me and I will do a drawing. So just to kind of get a better idea of what we're looking at as far as how many drawings I will have to do and all that, just so I can gauge my time. We're going to, as soon as we get the books back from the printer, this stretch goal will go away as well. So if you want to get a chance, it's 1 in 10, you guys, to get a 9x12 head sketch of Doug, then back soon. Because like I said, this stretch goal will go away, and so will, where is it? The movie script 35K stretch goal will go away. So we're doing that mostly just to simplify the campaign. And then here is the patch that you guys unlocked at 45. So you will get that. Everybody will get that. Everybody will get the pins. Everybody will get the guitar pick. Everybody will get the 5-card set. So I just wanted to be clear about that. So come by, you guys. Check out the site. There's a lot of fun stuff here for you to enjoy and to back. This is going to be a fun read. I guarantee you will never read a book quite like Chrono Mechanics. It is really different in the best of difference. You know, it's not the best in like just it's too weird or odd. It's just a lot of fun. And if you want to get an idea of the sense of humor, just click these cogs. So this will give you insight on kind of where the humor is. So so very good, you guys. Thanks for letting me share all these things with you. Thanks for hanging out with me in the chat, allowing me to get some stuff done while being social. I do greatly appreciate it, and I look forward to it. So I'm going to have some more live stream drawing planned. The only problem with a lot of the stuff I'm doing is it's kind of top secret right now, and I can't show them off. So that's why I don't do a lot of the other, you know, like show you other things. Art, but when I attempted to buy the poster and the Virgin cover, neither appeared as add-ons. I'm not sure about the poster. I might have been mistaken with the poster. I'll look into the Virgin though. I'll look into the Virgin cover because I thought we added that as an add-on. It might have been a miscommunication between me and Mrs. T-Bear, because sometimes things do get slipped or will slip through the cracks. So I'll make a note of that. So thank you for giving me the heads up. So that's the poster. And I might have misspoke with the poster and the Virgin cover. So we'll see about that. So I'm going to check with Pamela on that. Thanks for giving me the heads up. So Robert Romano, I'm sorry. We're really looking forward to Chrono. Art, if you like time travel, check out Dark on Netflix. It's incredible. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I have to catch up on. So I will do that. I think that's one of the things my daughter was saying I got to check out as well. There's no such thing as too many Vampirillas. He should do something 90s, Psylocke. Crossover with Graham and call it Canoe Mechanics. I like that. They could be looking into, or they could go to a timeline that has the Canoe, and they could actually kind of comedically, like part of it could be like, oh, it's not real. It's just an urban myth. And then maybe one of the mechanics can keep seeing it and saying, no, it's real. I just saw it. And then the other ones are like, they turn and they look and it's gone. And so, yeah, there's some fun stuff you could do with the Canoe. I think that would be a fun crossover. Another great stream. Thank you so much, Todd. You guys are the best, man. You guys are so good for my ego. And trust me, I do need all the support I can get. It's kind of hard to to second guess or to try to come up with something that you think people will like and try to entertain people. Art could show us, but he would have to kill us. Yes, I would. I have many secrets. Thanks for the stream, Art. Art, congrats on the 23K and over 100K for Black and White. Oh yeah. If you guys haven't heard, I don't know if this works as the six figures. What do they call it? Little lady. Yeah, there's a more crude way of saying that, but there's a club that Comicsgate has, and it's the Six Figures Club, and so I don't know if that works as two campaigns, but it's two campaigns that are for the same book. So the original Black and White campaign, I think, did close to 70K, and now the second chance for the same book is over 32K. So I believe that brings us to a total, if you add both of those up, at 100K. So I think I am at a six-figure bitch status. So thank you for the congratulations. I do appreciate that. I should probably promote that, but I don't know how that works, because the one thing is if I start promoting, yeah, I'm six figures bitch or whatever, little lady or young lady, somebody might smite me and say, yeah, but that's for two campaigns. You can't claim that as victory. But I do claim that as a victory. Guy from Red Bank, I'm just being stupid today, LOL. But I am drawing Vampirilla. Oh, cool. I'm stupid every day, dude. So you're in good company. VIP, I'd back that. LOL. Yeah, you know what? The sky's the limit, you guys. Yeah, there you go. Six figures, young lady. Yeah. So the BITCH word for polite company. I attempted yesterday, and the other items appeared, but not on those two items. Some of them might not show up with certain things that you backed too, because some of the things we didn't attach to certain tiers just because of the shipping. So I'll look into that. I wish Pamela was in the house right now. I could get that answer for you right now. But I will look into that. I do appreciate the input. So yeah, six fingers, young lady. I'm in the club. I got clubbed. The Cyberfrog Blood Honey 1 is counted as 1 million over several campaigns. So maybe I will tweet that out. So if you guys see that tweet, please support it. So because I'm sure somebody will try to correct me. So yeah, that's the Six Figures Young Lady Club. Very cool, man. Yeah, it's good company. It's a lot of great Comicsgate books that are there. So this is the same book into opportunities. Yeah, exactly. So it counts. Well, thank you, man. I am going to tweet that out then, because I think you're always looking for new avenues and ways to attract people. So maybe if I say Six Figures Young Lady Comicsgate Club, and then I could say what that means, which means over 100K worth of sales for the same book. Yeah, I could do that. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I think Ethan did when he got the million on his first Cyberfrog with 3 campaigns. Yeah. So if he does it, then I'll just, if anybody gives me any problems, I'll just say, yeah, well, Ethan did it. I'll just point a finger at Ethan did it. Do the announcement, Art. We will spread the word. You guys are the best, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I'm going to go down and grab myself something to eat. I Borrow Ideas says, congrats on the success. Thank you. All good. It was combined with the Comicsgate crowdfund list with all the campaigns from last year and this year. Oh, even 2 years. So that tally was between 2 years, which mine would be as well, I think. So it'd be 2019, 2020. So all good, man. And I know I say this a lot. Thank you. And I know I get repetitious, and I know that probably gets tiresome, but I really do appreciate you guys. I do appreciate just hanging out with me for the couple hours, and for supporting and giving me all the insight on what's going on, and possibly how to run a better campaign and what you guys are looking for. So I do appreciate that. And keep in mind that these campaigns are going to be fulfilled very, very soon. So Black and White Volume 1 Second Chance and the Chrono Mechanics campaign. So I do want to let you guys know that even though there's two campaigns running simultaneously, Black and White is printed. I'm just waiting for those trading cards. And as soon as I get those back, those books will be going out ASAP. Actually, you guys, my wife is printing labels right now. So like I said, the stretch goal goodies are done, and the books are printed. So as soon as we get those trading cards back, we'll start, throwing the books into the box and giving you all your stretch goal goodies and your trading card, your free trading card, and sending those your way. It does look like that Black and White campaign is going to go in fulfillment before the Chrono, because we're still waiting for hopefully our final proofs back from Mixam on the Chrono, because we're just trying to make sure that this is the best looking book we can possibly make it. And I think if we would have gave the green light, after the second proof, the book wouldn't look as good. So I'm really, really hoping that the CMYK will fix the problem, and that once we do that, I'm going to see if I can put a rush on the Chrono too, because I think it's going to be printed here in California. So possibly, depends on the book amount, I might be able to rent a truck and go pick it up myself. So I might be able to get those books back quicker. So I'm going to look into that too, see if that makes sense, to get those books quicker for you guys and start fulfilling them. So that's it. I always want to be transparent with you guys, let you know what's going on, and always thank you for your patience and for your patronage. I do appreciate. So Robert says later, take care later, guy. Michael says looking forward to see more of the magic happen. Yeah, me too, you guys. Black and White Volume 2 is going to be my obsession very, very soon. And I'm going to try to block out that Green Hornet Black and White story so I can give that to Dynamite, and they can get an artist on that. So I'm looking at it right now that will follow up Black and White. Sometimes after we go into the live campaign. So a few months after that, after the live campaign has been closed down, and hopefully run that Black and White Green Hornet campaign with a lot of the book done. So I can tell you guys that it's going to be fulfilled, and then all of that stuff. And also keep in mind, I'm pretty sure that the Green Hornet campaign is going to be run by Dynamic. It's not going to be run by me. So they will be fulfilling the campaign the same as the Vampirilla Black and White. So I believe that that's how it's all going to go. So I'm just trying to let you guys know exactly, all the ins and outs on how that's going to work, at least at this moment in time. So very good, you guys. Take care. Be good to each other, and I'll see you later.